Welcome back to the Panthers.com video mailbag presented by CEENTA. Staff writer Max Henson here answering your questions during the Panthers bye week. First one comes from Carolina Panther Watch, who says, once everyone seems as healthy as they can be after the bye, who gets the start at corner, plus if Johnson makes the roster? Well, obviously the cornerback situation should get a boost by the return of some starters. You're looking at James Bradbury and Robert McClain as two guys who weren't available in the loss to New Orleans that the Panthers are hoping to have back once they get back from this bye week. And that would be really big for the secondary. Bradbury, the rookie second-round pick, was really starting to come on before he suffered that turf toe injury at Atlanta. They feel really good about him being their number one corner, and they hope to see him continue to progress. Robert McClain gives you a little bit more of that veteran savvy that the secondary has lacked, especially at the cornerback position. You look back at that game against New Orleans, thrust into the starting lineup with Darryl Worley and Zach Sanchez, and it was tough against a veteran like Drew Brees. Robert McClain has some experience in this league, has played at a high level for Carolina in the past. They feel pretty good about him. And again, those young guys that I mentioned will continue to be a part of the rotation. Worley, if he can continue to progress from the concussion he suffered against New Orleans, should be back in the mix. Zach Sanchez continuing to learn and grow. So these guys will still have a role to play, but when we get back from the bye, the Panthers certainly hope to have their starters and Bradbury and McClain back on the field. We got our next question from Nick the Slick 12, who asks, will there be any changes on the D-line? Do we have enough confidence in the front still? The Panthers have expressed confidence in this front still, and right now we know the production hasn't been where they hoped it would be, but the talent is there. You look at, first off, a guy like Kawann Short, who had 11 sacks as an All-Pro, right now has just 1 sack on the season, and he's getting a lot of attention, of course, but he knows personally, and the Panthers know it too, they just need to see more. They need to see more production from him. Look at the defensive ends, Coney Ealy and Charles Johnson. It's difficult when teams max protect and they try to chip on the edge, but quite simply, the level of play just needs to be raised. They need more production from this front. The health of Vernon Butler would be a big boost for this team as well when you talk about guys who could be coming back after this bye week. Another guy to plug into the middle of that defensive line rotation. But right now for Carolina, and as it's always been in the past few years as well, it all starts up front for this defense. And regardless of what teams are doing to them, protections, or getting the ball out quick, what have you, they need to disrupt the passer. It's the way to have success on defense in this league. The level of play just needs to rise. Got our last question from Craig Schneider, who says, I believe one first-half turnover for the Panthers D over the next several games will light their fire. Is that mojo creation key? I think it is key. You know, of course, you're talking about playing defense in this league. You got to have some swagger, some confidence, and it seems like that's been lacking a little bit for this Panthers defense, especially when you look at the last game against New Orleans. Just didn't have that same level of confidence, especially going up against a really high-powered offense that got rolling quickly. So yeah, I think a first-half turnover, of course, would be key for any defense. And look, takeaways can sometimes be something that come in bunches in this league. And one thing you do know for this defense is they're going to face third down situations. And to me, that's the real key. Turnovers are great. If you can create them, by all means, that's going to help you big time in games. But sometimes teams protect the football. And you're going to know that you're going to face third down situations every game. And to me, that's the key for this Panthers defense going forward. Too many third down conversions for the Saints when you look at that last game before the bye. They need to be confident on that money down. They need to have the confidence to know that they can get off the field, because that's what they're going to be seeing time and time again throughout games. And that's what we had seen in the past from this Panthers defense, ability to play fast on third down and really know that they were going to get off the field. Right now, it hasn't felt that way. That needs to change for this defense to have some more success. Thanks for the questions this week, everybody. We'll do it again next time, right here on Panthers.com.